guys, it's Sheena from Teton Raptor Center, and I'm here to give you all this week's patient update. We've got a lot of birds to get through and a lot of really cool, interesting cases, so let's go ahead and get started. First up this week is Merlin 3.9. For those of you that don't know, a Merlin is a type of falcon. They're just a little bit bigger than an American kestrel. And this bird came in from Idaho Falls, Idaho, with a luxated elbow. Luxated is just a medical word for dislocated. And the problem with luxations is that they're difficult to repair because they do tend to pop back in and out. However, we were able to get this bird into surgery at Jackson Animal Hospital, and under anesthesia, the wing was placed back into the correct position with the elbow joint in the right place. And we'll leave a wrap on this bird's wing for 2 weeks, and we won't disturb it or change the wrap or do any type of physical therapy because even the slightest bit of movement can displace that elbow again. Next up, we have RedTailed Hawk 221, and this bird came in from Idaho Falls with 2 fractures in his right wing, in the radius and in the ulna. So the bird did undergo surgery to repair the wing, and he has been living in the ICU since he came in. Right now, he's getting daily physical therapy as well as laser therapy over the suture site. Next is RedTailed Hawk 210, and this was the bird with eye trauma and was getting medicated eye drops. He had that small little red blood stain on his eye. Well, the good news is that his eye trauma has resolved and he's now living out in the flight barn with RedTailed Hawk 525. Here we have Bald Eagle 210, and this is the juvenile bald eagle from LaBarge, Wyoming that came in with a fractured humerus. We did not surgically repair the humerus because the fracture was really close to the joint, but we have had the wing in a wrap, and we've been doing physical therapy on the elbow and the wrist so that we can maintain the range of motion in those joints. Right now, she's getting physical therapy about 3 times a week, and the video that you just saw in this photo here were taken right after she woke up from anesthesia. Next up is Golden Eagle 2.9. And this is the bird that came in with an elevated lead level and lead in his GI tract. So the lead level is now consistently low and there's no more lead in his body. But he did also come in with a coracoid fracture. So that fracture is stable now and healing well. New x-rays show a healthy callus formation on the coracoid, but we want to play it safe, so we're not going to begin flight conditioning for another couple of weeks. Here we have Great Horned Owl 130. This is the bird that came in from Ryrie, Idaho with a corneal ulcer on the left eye. The bird has now healed that corneal ulcer and has started flight conditioning. Here she is for the very first time flying in the flight barn. You can see the flight is kind of low to the ground, but that's typical for a bird's first time being asked to fly. Here we have Common Raven 111, and this is the bird that was illegally shot in Jackson, Wyoming. She still does have a wing droop, which you can kind of see in this photo here, and limited range of motion. We're still doing physical therapy, but we did add on some acupuncture for this bird, so we'll see if that starts to help at all. Next up, we have Great Horned Owl 1112, and this bird is actually also receiving acupuncture. This is a new treatment for our birds. We've never actually done this in the past, and there's not a lot of history that says that this is proven to work, but we're giving it a go. There's really no negative side effects, so we're going to see if it can improve any wing function since this bird did sustain major trauma to her wing. Next up is Swainsons Hawk 831, and I am super excited to announce that this bird's paperwork has officially been approved, and she is now a resident raptor at Teton Raptor Center. So you will stop seeing her in these patient updates, but don't worry, she'll still be at TRC. If you're local, you can maybe come check her out at a program, and if you're not, we'll be sure to post photos of her on our social media and our website. The great news about this bird is that she does not have a name yet, and so we will be checking with staff and volunteers who will come up with any ideas until we can vote on something all together. Next up is Red-Tailed Hawk 525. Here he is flying out in the flight barn. We do plan to release him next month in April, and we're also planning on putting a transmitter on him, so his release date will really just depend on when the transmitter arrives in the mail. But here he is flying and living in the flight barn with our other red-tailed hawk right now. Last but not least is our adult female golden eagle, and her paperwork is still pending to get her transferred to the Ecotarium in Massachusetts, but we do think that things are finally moving along, so stay tuned with any updates about her transfer. Here she is in her enclosure. You can see she can do small short flights like this. She just isn't able to sustain long flight for release back out into the wild. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week, and if you'd like to do your part to help keep wild birds wild, check out our website at tetonraptorcenter.org to make a donation. Bye!